try and get an idea of where your people are. It is a very good thing, like, it's like, are they in the boat or are they popping, like, downstream? Like, when I was getting death surfed in the Phoenix hole, on my side, I positioned myself, one, so I could keep the thing from flipping, because those motherfuckers kept low siding. I'm like, they didn't have the strength to be able to, like, get to the high side. And so they were making things worse. At that point, your focus is on, you can't necessarily, like, focus on just one person. Like, if they're going downstream, it's like,
Yeah, I got the rest.
good luck. Do not, and this is a big thing, they call it, so, stop and plan is essentially what it is. When someone's, like, going downstream and, like, you're still getting worked or you're still stuck, at that point you're relying on your fellow guides to be able to help clean up the mess. You can try and get their attention and get them to swim, as I said, like, that's, usually they will. This is why I always want to know if they're not strong swimmers or not good swimmers. You cannot sacrifice, like, if going after that person is going to mean that I'm going to flip my entire boat, well then hell no. This is why I always tell people they're their number one rescuer. There is only so much you can do. I have had it before where I watched my coworker and one of his students go into the next class 4 on an upside down boat, and I was like, good luck, mate. I'll see you when I see you, because I can't just go. Like, if I, now this is a slightly different scenario, right? We drill the lines, we know where it's going, but if your crew is like just got worked and you have people go downstream, like, your priority is getting your boat over to the side, making sure everyone is okay, who's still with you, and making sure that they can paddle before you send them into whatever shit show is next. Now, on our beginner section, we have a lot of time between our big rapids. You don't down there and up there. It's just I was relying on Eric to pick up, and he did. He picked up my one, and then I made sure that everyone is on the shore. They will sometimes look at you and want to get back in the water to get to the boat. You used to be like, absolutely not. I was like, you stay there. Remember, always pointing positive. It's good that they know that.
What if it's like in a place like Locks and they're on the highway side? They can't go anywhere.
Well, you better be real good at ferrying and catching, being able to swift water, like Eric and I. Could you put, depending on how many paddles you got, if you are in over your head, as I said, there is no, it is not good practice to just like blindly be like, I gotta get this person, if you cannot safely do it with your crew. Like, if they're in a bad, like after, yeah, you have to be smart. And sometimes like that is the, honestly, like, some of the worst times I've had in rafting is like watching them send off into the next shit show, and you knowing exactly what's there, and being like, well, fuck, good luck. Because like at that point, your priority
With the people in the boat.
yes, it does become just like in healthcare. It's like the greatest good for the greatest number. Sometimes that means watching someone go downstream, or your boat going downstream. Once again, you need to know your limits. Like, if you just got worked and now your boat's going down the stream without a guide, are you gonna dive back in the water and risk dying? Like, no, you're gonna start fucking running down the shore, and I would not expect you to get back in the water. This is why, like, your team and teamwork and trip continuity become important as you get into higher level rafting. If you see your boat going downstream with a person in there, now if you have other people behind other rafts, You jump in the nearest raft and you haul ass to go down and get your boat with your customers. But, like, do you throw yourself back in the water? Like, no, you don't. You should make a good effort to get to your boat because you're probably going to be right next to it. Like, your reaction it's quick reaction times. And if you can't react, there's no problem with that. Like, you are your number one priority. You can't help anyone if you fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And it's the same, like, concept of going after other people. It's like, this is why you go with a team. And if you're single point accountable, which you guys will not be anytime this year, or probably in the near future, it's a skill set that you develop. And it is high stress. And it's not for everyone. There are a number of guys who are like, I don't want nothing to do with class 4. While there are some guys who are like, I want nothing to do with high water class 4. And that's fair. If you are uncomfortable with something, you need to speak up. Just like Ron said, like, about those people. People don't always know what's best for them. If you see a group, like, we'll take just about damn near anyone down the beginner stretch. And if you're uncomfortable, like, with your crew, like, we can always, like, switch it up. Like, senior guides, we'll take the shitties. I mean,